of that action all over the track. So we're glad you're with us.
And Carl Edwards can see the lead now from where he is. I'm sure you're going to see all the 60 cars got now these last few laps.
He is only 2 seconds behind the race leaders, and that is David Reagan, his next victim on his hit list.
Well, he'd like to see
there's the margin.
He'd like to see a caution right now to close this thing back up so he's got another shot at it. That's his teammate, David Reagan, in front of him right there. Both those cars come out of the same race shop. Looks like he's starting to run him down just a little bit. But take a look at Leffler.
Well,
Just wearing the bumper right off Edwards right now.
Edwards overdrove the car a little bit in 3 and 4. Lost some ground. I'm not sure that he's not maybe hurting these tires a little bit by running so hard.
Well, on board with Carl, and you get an idea. He's opened up a little bit of room now. There's the margin from outside.
Let's get him back now. Looks like he's got it back under control, but Leffler's hanging right there.
Top 3 cars that time. Busch, Logano, and Keselowski run exactly the same speeds that time by. All 3 of them. That was a very, very close.
Right now, Kyle Busch is at 63 laps. If he leads every lap in this race, he will pick up the 5 bonus points by 2 over Joey Logano, guys. That's how close that 5 points is going to go.
I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold off Joey Logano.
Well, we'll talk about points, guys. Carl Edwards just got it. Just by passing those cars, he's 8 points ahead right now in the points chase. Went from being behind to ahead again.
There you see the margin between first, second, and third. There is 4th place Reagan. 5th place Carl Edwards, Leffler, and on back through the field. And poor Michael McDowell, I guess those tires have finally given up the ghost because he has fallen back. And
How about Scott Lagasse here, too? He's passing McDowell. Has had a good run today.
Lagasse moves into the top 10, bumping McDowell back to 11th. And McDowell, remember, he's got last took tires on lap 145, and we're working lap 203, so that gives you an idea. It works for a while, just not long enough. All right, let's get an update from Jamie Little on the race lead.
Well, Andy Petrie, you were wondering, did the 18 have any damage? Kyle Busch just radioed in and said, the 47 hit me. I'm definitely tight, guys. Let's see if he can hold off the 20. Dave?
And this year, Jamie, Joey Logano has had damage to his ego. We all know he has struggled in the Cup Series, but crew chief Dave Rogers told me this morning, he said, when my driver comes to the garage area, I want him to walk in, look around at the competition and say, boys, you're in trouble. I said, how are you going to help him get there? He said, here in Nationwide, we're going to make it fun for him. The kid is good, just watch him. And the driver confidence very high at the end of this race, and Logano with a chance to beat his teammate.
And Rusty, you were looking for that damage. I think you saw it.
Yeah, it looks like the 18 car at the top of the right front fender's got caved in about a couple inches right there, and that's going to hurt the downforce. But it's not a lot of damage, but it is damage.
And here's the thing. These 2 cars have been glued together all day long, virtually identical. That might just be the difference that Joey Logano needs to get this win. It's just a little damage on that fender for Kyle Busch.
Well, the leader with 20 laps to go has won 7 of the last 8 races. Scott Wimmer did it this time a year ago.
3,900.
And just as we say that, here comes Joey looking underneath. Kyle says, not yet, son.
Tell you what, Andy, you're exactly right. They've been that close. And that time by, Logano was a 30-31 compared to Busch's 30-38, about half a tenth.
It's going to come down to something really small here for these guys who's going to decide this, because they have been so close all day. Justin Allgaier on pit road.
Yeah, our in-race reporter, you see the donut on the right side as he's had some contact. And they are pulling out the fender. And he's got damage on the right rear as well. So Allgaier, who has running in the top 15 all day long, part of it in the top 10, is going to fall back now, as here comes the race leaders one more time.
And Michael McDowell's car is really falling like a rock, unfortunately, right now. Those tires, you can tell, have really killed him. He's went from running like 30s all the way down to 90s.
Take a look. Carl Edwards has gotten around David Reagan. So Edwards is now 3.5 seconds behind the race lead. Can he reel those 2 in and make it a three-way race for the win? Brad Keselowski still in the mix. He's only a second behind the race lead. And there they are. That gives you an idea just how much track he has to gain to catch up for Carl.
Marty Kyle Busch just can't let Logano pass him, because if he gets behind him, he's going to lose all that downforce. He's got barely enough downforce in those front fenders with that damage to hold on right now. If he gets behind him, you guys well know that front end's going to start flying, and Logano will check out then.
Looks like Joey Logano has just kind of cooled his jets here for a lap or 2. to make maybe another big run at Kyle Busch. If he can cool the tires a little bit, might give him just enough edge to get by him.
And we just found out things got worse for Justin Allgaier. The tire rolled out of the pit box, and so we've got a problem. So let's got problems with the 20 car, Dave, all of a sudden?
Two things he just reported, Marty, to his crew. One was the car is tight. Crew Chief Dave Rogers said, I don't care about that. Just drive it. And right after that, Joey radioed in, the motor's doing something weird at the top end right there as he crossed the start-finish line. Doesn't know what it is, but you can see they went to box B. Now they're going to go to battery B. You can see he's already losing ground to Kyle.
The margin is now over a half a second. This is the front. Oh, we got a spin on the front stretch. Michael Waltrip, a former winner here at Nashville, turns it around, coming out of 4, down the front straightaway, and that brings out our 9th caution. The record here is 11.
Oh man, 15 laps to go. That's enough time to get some passing done right there. I don't know if I'd be staying out in the racetrack right now or not.
Waltrip was 17th at the time, and who does this help the most? Joey Logano, Carl Edwards.
Okay, crew chief, what are you going to do?
I think this helps Carl Edwards. I think they have to stay out right here. There's only 15 laps to go, and we saw Michael McDowell on tires that had quite a few more laps than this, and actually ran pretty good for 10 or 15 laps. So definitely got to stay out.
Well, you saw the reaction of the crew. They did not want to see that caution come out.
Now, you don't want to have to make this decision. You'd rather see it just race out on the track.
We got 20 cars in the lead lap right now, so that's going to be a pretty long outside line. Guys, that'd be a lot of passing to do.
I think this is really going to help Carl Edwards because Brad Keselowski has not been able to get going good on these restarts, and Carl might be able to jump on him early and have a shot at these two leaders.
And remember, the 20-lap rule, the former 10-lap rule, is going to come into effect here, where it'll be all lead cars on the lead lap. So the lap vehicles will be to the rear.
All right, the pits are open. Let's see what happens here.
Anybody going to be a taker?
See the green flag waving, but nobody coming.
Not so far. What about Michael McDowell?
McDowell should.
Yeah, he needs tires.
I'd go ahead and take these tires here and go back.
He'd
drop a few of them.
He'd dropped all the way back to 11th spot. This is a good move for him because, again, remember what we talked about with the 20-lap rule. All the lap vehicles will be gone. The 09 also coming in, but they are a lap down. In fact, he is going to get the lucky dog. So let's get caught up with the crew chiefs. Jamie, you're with Jason Radcliffe.
That's right, and his driver Kyle Busch saying that fender damage is making him tight. What does this caution do for his condition?
Hopefully it'll cool the tires back off and you know, put the car back under him for, you know, a 10-lap shootout here or whatever. But yeah, we got into it with the 47 trying to get by him at the start-finish line, and it's just racing and knocked the fender in, so we're a little tight. But I think Joey, you know, tucked up behind us, he's just tight enough that he can't get by. So, but it's some good racing though. Those two guys are having fun out there. I'm hearing that the 20 car's got maybe a high-speed miss or something, but I don't know. They might be bluffing. They might have something for us here at the end.
Well, Michael Waltrip is the one that brought out the caution. Kyle Busch said, thank you, Michael. It helps him. Shannon?
Well, Jamie, let's find out what's going on with that 20 motor. Crew Chief Dave Rogers definitely looking forward to that caution. But what's going on under the hood?
We're real happy with our GameStop Toyota Camry. We broke an alternator wire last week. I suspect we did the same thing here. We got a good interstate battery in it, though, so we'll be fine.
Do you have enough for the end, or is that going to be something that's going to cause you guys a problem?
No, I think we can make it from here. We have 2 batteries in there. We've been breaking some alternator wires, so we're prepared for this. Hopefully we can make it to the end.
All right, this 20 wants to get to victory lane. Bad. Dave?
Dan Stillman has watched his driver climb from 22nd to 4th. Can he get 3 more?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. You know, the car's probably pretty good, but, you know, we used a lot of it up getting back up through there. So we'll just see, you know, kind of salvaged a pretty good finish out of this, hopefully.
All right, that's news from Dan Stillman down here in pit box number 1 watching over Carl Edwards. Let's go back upstairs, Marty.